The Florida State Seminoles run through the Alabama Crimson Tide in their season opener. Let's talk about it. Now, if you're a big time Seminole fan, that 2024 season probably had you ready to jump off a ledge. Last year, this team went 2-10 and averaged 15 points a game. And after the season, head coach Mike Norvell cleaned house and got all new coordinators. And heading into this season, he brought former Auburn head coach Gus Malzahn to be his offensive coordinator. And on the defensive side of the ball, he brought in former Nebraska defensive coordinator Tony White. And after watching this Florida State team play today, they look absolutely 100% back in action. Gus Malzahn was cooking on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, that run scheme was crazy. A lot of motion, a lot of misdirection. He had those Alabama defenders lost in the sauce. And the Florida State offense rushes for 230 yards against this Alabama defense. And then on the defensive side, Tony White had that defense hunting. I mean, they held the Alabama Crimson Tide under 100 yards rushing, and they were getting after that quarterback all night long. One of my all-time favorite performances was when Florida State beat LSU in 2023 in their season opener. That was one of the most physically, most passionate, dominant performances I've ever seen. I mean, Florida State put it on LSU that year. And that was an early sign of things to come because Florida State went on to have an amazing season. And Florida State's performance had me feeling the exact same way today. I mean, those boys were passionate. They were flying around. And I got to tell you, their quarterback, Tommy Cassiano, is a freaking alpha. And I love watching him play the game of football. This team feels eerily similar to that 2023 Florida State team. They have great coaching, great talent, but most importantly, it looks like they have great leadership on both sides of the ball. And I have to tell you, I'm a little disgusted with Alabama. They looked very sloppy and committed some boneheaded penalties, and that's all coaching. But the more concerning problem here is, where are those dogs that Alabama is used to having? I mean, I didn't see any dogs out there today. When I think of some alpha receivers that Alabama's had, I think of Julio Jones, Devontae Smith, Jameson Williams. I mean, you can't sit here and tell me that Ryan Williams is on that same level as those guys in terms of being a dog. I mean, he just don't seem to have that in him, and they need to have that. And then defensively, you're getting the ball ran right down your throat. And again, I just don't see that attitude that Alabama is used to having. I don't know what the problem is over there, but a player has to step up. Somebody's got to be the alpha on the defensive side of the ball. Somebody's going to be the alpha on the offensive side of the ball. And they got to stop letting stuff like this slide. I mean, if they don't turn things around, they're going to lose 4, 5, 6 games this year. I'm telling you. However, the good news is Alabama does have a lot of guys who can step up and be that alpha that I'm talking about. So let's just see how that team develops, and let's see where they go from here. Go ahead and hit the follow button to stay up to date with the most recent sporting events.